Hey everybody, happy Homebrew Wednesday. So, haven't posted a video in like over a month. I've been really slacking on that front. I was going to try and become a regular, but it's a little more difficult than I would have thought. But today I'm going to start up something here. I'll call it Beer Roulette. If you don't know, I'm a BJCB certified judge, and a lot of times when you go to competitions, especially if they require 3 bottles for entrance, towards the end, the bottles that didn't make it to mini best of show or best of show, a lot of times homebrew clubs will keep them and then have them at their next meeting, but sometimes they'll even have too much then, and so they'll say, hey, you judged, grab a 6-pack on your way out. So, I've actually had 2 competitions where I got 6-packs from, and you really don't know what you're going to get. I have the specialty category here. So this is actually, I think, from the DC Cherry Blossom competition. It's back in March, and this is specialty category 23001. So if that was your entry number, then I will be sampling your beer. Right before I was going to do this video, I realized my bottle opener was upstairs. Didn't want to run up there and grab it, so I remembered I have a bunch of stuff with NHC coming up here soon. I've got a bunch of stuff from NHC when I went back in 2013. So, sure enough, I go and grab my baggie, and had some cool stuff I got from back then. A little, I guess it's 1/4 teaspoon and 1/2 teaspoon is the back side, and then teaspoon and tablespoon measuring cup. I have 2 different bottle openers that I got. One from Hop Union and one that is, I guess it's a Homebrew, National Homebrewers Conference bottle opener. Also have some cool stuff, some hop chapstick, which I have not used. Maybe I will put that into good use now that I've remembered I have this stuff. Anyway, so I have bottle opener, so without further ado, let's pop this guy open. The bottle looks good. It's a good fill. I don't see anything growing around the top, so hopefully we won't have a gusher as that happens. There we go. Alright, so this guy's pouring dark. Like I said, it was the specialty category, and I'm about to drip all over the place. Wife's not home right now, so I'll be able to clean this up here before she gets back home. Anyways. Okay, so it's definitely, I would say, some sort of a stouter porter, and I believe it has some coffee in it. I'm getting a moderately high, roasted note, which is a combination of coffee, like milk chocolate. I'm getting some low esters, most likely, yeast derived, slightly English, but not necessarily. So, let the head die down there for a second. Yeah, actually I might cut this part out. I'm gonna go clean this up. Wouldn't be the first time beer spilled on this floor. Alright, head subsided a little bit. Yeah, I don't know, we're gonna taste it here. It might be coffee, or it just might be really, roasty. Yeah, it's I'm not getting as much of a coffee note like in the first when I smelled it, but So probably just the roasted grains. It doesn't taste too high in alcohol. There might be like some oak character in there. It's like a very low astringency from the roasted grains, maybe if they oaked it from some wood. Not really much any hot flavor that's coming through. It has a moderately low bitterness. It's actually very pleasant. I guess I would call this, I don't know, it seems like porter. Yeah, I mean, the alcohol definitely is there. It's noticeable. So maybe it was like an imperial porter or something. Pretty cleanly fermented. I'm gonna definitely drink the whole pint of it, or a 12-ounce bottle. But yeah, so 23001 DC Homebrew Cherry Blossom competition. Good job. I don't know what was special about it, but that's one thing about the specialty category. I know I've been a victim of this. Is you'll go in and you'll brew a batch beer and you'll throw in XYZ into it, and you'll say, okay, I'm entering this specialty category because I added XYZ. Boom. Well, if that doesn't come through prominently, then you're probably not going to score very well in the competition, just because I don't taste that. Like I said, it was a very well made beer. I'm not getting anything crazy coming out of it that would denote specialty for me. So, like I said, maybe it was just like a higher gravity of a base style. But yeah, just nice, well-made beer, really. So, okay, I already said I've been slacking with the videos. I've also been slacking with getting the vent set up. As you can see, I think the last time I made a video, I was still waiting on Amazon to ship the goods. Well, they've been shipped. I tested the fan out. It is very powerful. It is 530 cubic feet per minute. And yeah, I put it on and she can blow pretty hard. So, I'm trying to, my goal is this weekend, come hell or high water, I will be making the vent hood. I'm probably going to use like pink foam insulation and cutting the hole inside the house. I'm a little scared to do that. But I figure it's nothing, a little bit of spray foam and silicone can't fix. So I'm doing that this weekend. Gonna make it happen. Mrs. Shegogue Brew is out at her job she's a wedding photographer, so she will be shooting a wedding. So I'll be all alone here to make that happen. And then I also got, to go with the fan, I got one of these, what are they specifically called? It's like a special knob for it. So, the dimmer switch, so I can turn it up higher and lower. I know a lot of people have said that they have bought one of these and it was a waste of $15-20 because they always run their fan full blast. So hopefully, I think since it is so high powered and I'm going to be running the ducting, it's going to be like less than a foot. So there's not going to be much, I guess, speed loss or air loss from it. So I'm thinking that I'll probably have to turn it down, especially since I'm only going to be doing 5-gallon batches. But yeah, it's a variable speed controller. It's supposed to work with this fan. I think I clicked on the link on the electric brewery Brewery.com. On his venting page, he has a link to the Amazon item. So that's what I purchased. I'll have to rig that up, hook this guy up, make a hood, and maybe do like a wet run and see how everything's going to work. Make sure I don't make too big a mess here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, been busy, been doing a lot of deck prep. I stained it. That was a pain in the butt because I cleaned it, had to wait for it to dry. I started to stain it, ran out of stain. Then I had to wait till the next weekend to continue. By that time, there's a bunch of pollen on the ground. So we'll try to shoot a video and so everyone can see the deck with the stain and the furniture and put on it. So, alright, out onto the deck here. So you can see finally finished staining it, and it's like 340 square feet, so it's a lot to stain. I got a good recommendation, was to use a sock for the spindles. So I ended up putting a plastic like vinyl glove on my hand and then an old sock, and then I used that and I just wiped it up and down on the spindles, and that made things go much quicker. But yeah, so here's the furniture we got. I don't feel like taking the whole cover off, but I don't know if you could see this here, but like that's where the cover was shading, and there's so much pollen. Pollen is absurd, and the stain color ends up accentuating it more. I'm gonna lift this rug up, and you can probably see the difference in just the pollen versus the regular deck. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, should be enjoying many beers out here this summer and summers to come. Had Mrs. Shegogue's family come over last weekend, and then my family come over the next day. So we finally, after almost a year, we finally got some good use out of the deck. So that's nice, and I'm really looking forward to being able to enjoy it throughout the summer. And once I can start making some beers, then I can be enjoying some beer up there. So until next time, I'll see you, and hope I can put some video next week, or I'll shoot some video this weekend while I'm doing all this, so we can see how it goes. But cheers. Happy Homebrew Wednesday.